Hey everybody, what's going on? Borrow here, back inside of Borderlands the pre-sequel, and today we have some responses to the questions that we asked yesterday as to why would you even think of implementing these changes. So today we're going to go over those responses, and I would like you to do so in a civil manner. Please. I've been looking through YouTube and Twitter. We don't need to attack people's families. Okay? We can be, extremely and heavily disappointed. But please don't attack anyone's family. That's just not cool. And that's just not right. Anyway, let's just go ahead and look at these changes. Or rather, the reasoning for these changes. So, the first one, the Rosie. One of the team's core design philosophers for Borderlands is choice. And there shouldn't be one right way to play the game. Since the Rosie was super powerful, super accessible, and was a mission reward, it was having a negative impact on choice in terms of loadout and variety. The majority of recommended builds out there included the Rosie as a first or top choice. As a mission reward, we wanted to keep the Rosie as a powerful weapon and a viable choice, but bring it closer to levels as other weapons to encourage diversity in the playstyles and character builds. So, Borderlands is all about choice. Choice. So your method of giving us choice is to make things that we like worse. Now, if this was a PvP game, where, that we had it competitive, then it would no longer be choice. It would be, that's too overpowered, and that's ruining the game. This is truly choice. If I want to run around with a Rosie, I feel like I should be able to run around with a Rosie, right? If I want to run around with white weapons, I should be able to run around with white weapons. Why don't you buff white gear? It's very underpowered. Why not buff that? It's ruining my experience. This is not how you define player choice. It's really not. Now, am I mad about the fix? No, not really. The Rosie is very powerful. It's still the best weapon in the game. You know why? Because the Rosie isn't so much the reason as to why everyone uses it. Everyone uses a Rosie for this reason. Lasers are overpowered. Lasers. Not the Rosie, lasers. Rosie just happens to be the most powerful laser. And nerfing the Rosie didn't change anything. It's still the most effective gun. It's still the go-to gun for any build. So the only thing you did was make us mad. You didn't even change the balance. There's no reason. If we go by quote the bringing it in line, it's still significantly more powerful. But what did this fix change? Nothing. It didn't do anything. It just made us angry. Made us angry. So next, going on with Borderlands and Choice, Miss Moxie's Probe, and we're going to go ahead and read this. Miss Moxie's Probe. The Probe is a mission weapon that was intended to be a temporary, not permanent, part of the player's arsenal. Creative players quickly found a way to utilize the probe in ways that once again nullified the idea of choice. I'm going to stop right there for just a second. Nullified the idea of choice. Are you saying that choice is not something that we can choose, or we can't decide how we want to play our game? Is that what you are implying? Now the probe, I was going to say grog nozzle, the probe is a mission weapon, which means only if the host has the mission open will it be available to all other players. If you jump into the game of someone who does not have the mission open, you will not have a probe, as it is not tradable. Which means that this choice was there. If the host wanted to play with the probe, they could. If they didn't want anyone else playing with the probe, they could. They could make that choice. That choice was there. Instead, they decided to just remove it outright and give no one the choice. This is not choice. This is telling players, you're not playing the game the way we want you to play the game. Which is weird because this has no PvP in it. Which if it did, then that would be a little bit understandable. But this game is severely imbalanced. An example, Wilhelm cannot put out the damage that Jack can. We've already seen what Jack can do. Why are we caring so much about balance between this gun and another laser? Lasers are still the go-to gun for any build. Moxie weapons. Probe. Why are we nerfing those? If they want to use it, they'll use it. So that is the reasoning for the Miss Moxie probe and the Rosie. Next is Irajira's drop rates. We're going to go ahead and read this one. From what I've heard so far, the team discovered an issue with Irajira's drop rates while testing possible future events. Due to the nature of that testing, I can't reveal too much quite yet in case things change. But it seems to be an unfortunate necessary fix for some of the events the team has in the works. So they fixed Irajira's drop rate because it was conflicting with a possible, not guaranteed, event that might happen in the future. So rather than telling us that there are new events planned, they decided to just outright just make a blanket fix to it without telling us. Now, what if I was just any other player and I just saw that the drop rates in the guns were just not working anymore? What if I'm a player who doesn't actually, go to forums, go to YouTube, and the game just suddenly just stops working? I have to look up like what the hell happened? Why is my game not working anymore? Is something wrong? My game glitched? Why can't they be a little bit better with these explanations? Why can't they even tell us these events that are going to happen? I mean, it even says possible events. It's not even a guaranteed event. They don't even know if they're going to go through with it, but they went through with the change anyway. Why not implement the change and the event at the same time? Why don't they do that? A good example is when they nerfed the loot cave when they nerfed the loot cave, they also told everyone that engrams are going to get buffed at the same time. Because Bungie knew, hey, everyone's farming the loot cave. Everyone is farming the loot cave, right? But we don't want them to do that. But we want to give them another method, right? So we're going to do this. But that was a permanent change. What they're getting ready for is an event. An event that may not even be permanent. So it may be a one-off week thing. Who knows? But what I don't like is that these changes went through without even knowing, based on the wording, if the event is even going to be a thing that they decide to go through with, or if they just want to just leave it as is. They could just leave it as is. I'm a little disappointed in these changes. I like the fact that we got a response, and that is what I asked for. I asked for a response. I'm happy on that. I'm not going to rant and rave about these responses too much, about how they are, well, basically bullshit. The Rosie is still the most powerful gun. It's just less effective now. It's still the top tier. It's still the best. The Miss Moxie's probe makes no sense because the Grog nozzle was in Borderlands 2, so you didn't actually give us any more change. You're just forcing us to play the game the way you want us to play it. And Irajira's drop rate makes absolutely no sense because you don't explain these possible events. You don't get us excited about anything. You're just like, here, have this nothingness. You like this? This is your nothingness now. This is what you're going to have and what you're going to deal with. And that is what we got for our responses. Now let me know in the comments section below how you all feel about these responses. I could go on about certain things that happened on Twitter, about how you're all adorable, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to even touch that. So, How do you all feel? Let me know in the comment section below. How do you all feel about this change, these explanations? Do you think they are valid? Do you think they're okay? Or are they just trying to just save some kind of face to go along with the fact that they just realized they messed up a change or two? They really messed up a change or two. I want to thank you all for watching. I don't want to make these ranting videos a daily thing. So we're going to get back to normal content. We're going to get back to normal content tomorrow. I probably will end up completing the Legendary Guide, just simply because I don't like having half-finished guides just kind of sitting there. So I probably will finish that at some point. So that's the thing. Anyway, like I said, thank you all for watching. Link in the description for the patch responses. I'm looking forward to talking with you all. Thank you all for watching. I've said that like 5 times now. I don't know how to outro. I'm just gonna thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, help support me in what I do, and don't forget to subscribe for future content. I'll catch you all in the next one, everybody. Later.